Money work. El mundo quiere dinero.
Yeah, I know.
Money work. Se arregla con dinero.
SC Project branding logo, that's on here.
Money work. Si me quiero educar, dormir en algún lugar.
Really cool. And we're also gonna change the kickstand knob, guys. Alright, let's take a quick look at the hopefully I'm all good, guys. I roll over something.
Solo un par de gente se lleva el botín entero. Money, money, pasa verdadero. Si tienes lo verde siempre llegará primero. Pero yo Lunes. Money work. El mundo quiere dinero.
Yeah, I know.
Money work. Se arregla con dinero.
SC Project branding logo, that's on here.
Money work. Si me quiero educar, dormir en algún lugar.
Really cool. And we're also gonna change the kickstand knob, guys. Alright, let's take a quick look at the hopefully I'm all good, guys. I roll over something.
Solo un par de gente se lleva el botín entero. Money, money, pasa verdadero. Si tienes lo verde siempre llegará primero. Pero yo Lunes. Money work. El mundo quiere dinero.
Yeah, I know.
Money work. Se arregla con dinero.
SC Project branding logo, that's on here.
Money work. Si me quiero educar, dormir en algún lugar.
Really cool. And we're also gonna change the kickstand knob, guys. Alright, let's take a quick look at the hopefully I'm all good, guys. I roll over something.
Solo un par de gente se lleva el botín entero. Money, money, pasa verdadero. Si tienes lo verde siempre llegará primero. Pero yo Lunes. Money work. El mundo quiere dinero.
Yeah, I know.
Money work. Se arregla con dinero.
SC Project branding logo, that's on here.
Money work. Si me quiero educar, dormir en algún lugar.
Really cool. And we're also gonna change the kickstand knob, guys. Alright, let's take a quick look at the hopefully I'm all good, guys. I roll over something.
Solo un par de gente se lleva el botín entero. Money, money, pasa verdadero. Si tienes lo verde siempre llegará primero. Pero yo Lunes. Money work. El mundo quiere dinero.
Yeah, I know.
Money work. Se arregla con dinero.
SC Project branding logo, that's on here.
Money work. Si me quiero educar, dormir en algún lugar.
Really cool. And we're also gonna change the kickstand knob, guys. Alright, let's take a quick look at the hopefully I'm all good, guys. I roll over something.
Solo un par de gente se lleva el botín entero. Money, money, pasa verdadero. Si tienes lo verde siempre llegará primero. Pero yo Lunes. Money work. El mundo quiere dinero.
Yeah, I know.
Money work. Se arregla con dinero.
SC Project branding logo, that's on here.
Money work. Si me quiero educar, dormir en algún lugar.
Really cool. And we're also gonna change the kickstand knob, guys. Alright, let's take a quick look at the hopefully I'm all good, guys. I roll over something.
Solo un par de gente se lleva el botín entero. Money, money, pasa verdadero. Si tienes lo verde siempre llegará primero. Pero yo Lunes. Money work. en algún lugar.
Really cool. And we're also gonna change the kickstand knob, guys. Alright, let's take a quick look at the bike. Hopefully I'm all good, guys. I roll over something.
Solo un par de gente se llama el quinantero. Funny, funny, pasa verdadero. Si tienes lo verde siempre llegará primero. Pero yo Lunes Money work. El mundo quiere dinero.
Yeah, I know.
Money work. Se arregla con dinero.
SC Project branding logo, that's one here.
Money work. Si me quiero educar, dormir en algún lugar.
Really cool. And we're also gonna change the kickstand knob, guys. Alright, let's take a quick look at the bike. Hopefully I'm all good, guys. I roll over something.
Solo un par de gente se llama el quinantero. Funny, funny, pasa verdadero. Si tienes lo verde siempre llegará primero. Pero yo Lunes Money work. El mundo quiere dinero.
Yeah, I know.
Money work. Se arregla con dinero.
SC Project branding logo, that's one here.
Money work. Si me quiero educar, dormir en algún lugar.
Really cool. Alright, we're gonna start this. Last time we're gonna let this roll. Let's take a quick look at the bike. Hopefully I'm all good, guys. I roll over something.
Solo un par de gente se llama el quinantero. Funny, funny, pasa verdadero. Si tienes lo verde siempre llegará primero. Pero yo Lunes Money work. El mundo quiere dinero.
Yeah, I know.
Money work. Se arregla con dinero.
SC Project. What's good? What's good? Mike is in the building. Welcome to another Freestyle Sunday, everybody. It is a bit of a mess behind me. I didn't even get to change my lens for my usual setup. So heads up, things look a little different and a little bit messy, but I already missed Sunday. I'm just happy to be here to at least play catch up and get a stream up and running for you guys, man. So much for us to catch up on, so much for us to cover. Very excited to talk about this really interesting, I guess, event that I went to all the way out in Detroit. And it gave me a whole new perspective on what people are doing out there when we're talking about road racing, these meetup where guys go out to Florida, Vegas, Nashville, Detroit, and everywhere else. Even in Texas, they do this stuff. And you guys are probably very familiar with seeing these clips on Instagram or on YouTube where two guys line up on the fastest side of the road, and then there's a flagger that just kind of flag people to go. We're going to kind of cover a lot of that stuff, and it's basically my intro to the road racing world, to be honest. And there's so much more that can be covered. I kind of figured I'd use this opportunity to kind of, you know, just go and do a recap and kind of talk about my experience and what it's like to take part in something like this. By the way, don't mind, I am looking down a little bit, guys. I did let the intro run for a little bit longer as usual. Well, not usual. I did let it roll a little bit longer. I used the intro to give me a little bit of time to kind of prep. As you guys know, I just got back. Like we were talking about like 30 minutes ago, and just dug my shirt up and kind of quickly just came right back here to kind of get this going, and not to disappoint anybody. So, all right, but before we dive into anything and kind of start talking about everything, again, excuse the mess behind me. This is all my equipment that I used to shoot some of my videos and some of my reviews, my install. Eventually, I'm going to get a closet and put everything in and kind of organize it. But usually when I frame it with my other lens, which I took out to Detroit, I, frame things a little bit differently. But very, very happy everyone's here. First off, I want to give a big shout out and thank you to our Freestyle Sunday sponsors, guys. You guys know the deal. The only place that I shop, Motivation USA, right? If you're looking for parts for your S1000RR, your Ducati, your Yamaha, pretty much anything that's pretty much rolls on two wheels or tools, this is where you're gonna want to shop, guys. And again, usually see a lot of Ducatis and stuff like that, because that's what I have and that's what I use. But don't let that fool you. All the links will be in the description. Again, always appreciate you guys showing love and support to the channel by shopping at those links. It provides me an opportunity to kind of go out and travel and start building better relationships with bigger brands, other people. So big thank you to you all that does that, and even the people that does the super chat as well. All right, we'll find a way to kind of give back to you guys as well as we progress with the stream. And of course, we have to make mention here, Hard Knocks Coffee. If you're a big fan of drinking coffee, you definitely want to kind of show them some love. You can either grab merch, stickers, coffee, of course, and mugs, tons of stuff that you can shop for. Again, it's really cool because the owner of Hard Knocks Coffee provides coffee for some MotoGP teams and stuff like that. So if I am thrown off or studying a little bit, I am a little fatigued, and I'm like, no way, I got to come through and give you guys the real deal. Wow, my background looks a little crazy, doesn't it? I got so much equipment all over the place, but it's all good. Yeah, definitely you want to check out Hard Knocks Coffee. Again, all of the links will be in the description down below, but let's do what we do best. Show some love and support to the people that tuned in, that came through, and, you know, and watch the stream, even though it's not on a Sunday. And again, we don't change the name whether it's Sunday or it's not. It is what it is. Let's say what's up to everybody that's tuned in, man. We're going to do what we usually do and show love to anybody that's here, which it's one of those things that I'm super grateful in doing. Today, you might see me look across the stream quite a bit, guys, only because, all right, I didn't do, usually I do like 2 hours, 3 hours prep work before providing any content, but this one I'm going in raw without any preparation, man. What's good to David Passione? Here for this, great riding with you on the way back to Steve's house. Oh shit, that's cool. How cool is that? I actually think I got a clip with this guy busting a sweet wheelie, and I'm like, oh my god, you guys have no idea how much work it takes for you to pre-prep for all of these streams. But I took like 10 minutes in rushing and going and getting them ready. I pulled a couple of clips. They're raw clips. They're not color corrected or with a LUT, so you're gonna see it's gonna look a little faded, but you'll be able to get a gist of idea of what we're doing. And again, wifey's in the building showing love, of course. Very excited to see me back, and we have 5 up. We'll touch base about that. S1000RR Me is in the building. What's good, sir? Thank you for tuning in. Really excited, man. Okay, I'm let's see here. David Passione said, okay, I'm jet lagged, and I didn't fly home yesterday. It was a lot of fun with us, man. It was amazing. We have Power Moto, a usual suspect. Jack in the Box in the building. Bud Tussinel's in the building. What else we got? Governor D Nice, usual suspects. It's so nice to see everyone because, you know, it wasn't on Sunday, so I'm like, I don't know how this is gonna turn out, if people are still gonna watch, and I'm changing the schedule, but I didn't want to miss a week, so this week you end up getting 2. We have Cali Motos in the building. We have that guy Kells, usual suspect. Randy Reality's here. Man, the list goes on. So what I'll be doing, I'll probably just be greeting people as we go. So let's just dive into it, guys. So as you guys know, for the past couple of days, I haven't been to New York, and it's been an amazing adventure. And to say that I'm grateful and happy that I had this experience is an understatement, because it's been a long time coming. You guys know I was in Nashville with 650 Eve. That was very cool. Then I was in Texas for MotoGP, and it's something that I'm looking to really explore on the channel by really focus on being more out and about with people and really shaking hands and meeting some of the people that show love and support. corporate people in the motorcycling world. It's a small space, and you guys know what we do here. We produce content, and I also use this as a means to drive traffic and do business as well. So I'm pretty transparent when it comes to stuff like that. But it was planned for months ago that I was going down to Detroit to go and ride and kind of hang out, and just gonna kind of, I guess, do this in a story form, so that way we kind of all get a general idea, man. Oh, Power Moto mentioned here, love my Miami Beach. At some point I will be down in Miami as well too, so heads up to that. So I guess we'll start from the very beginning, dude. I landed out in Detroit and jumped into an Uber. It was a long ride. We finally made it out to 5UP's place. As you can see, he's the gentleman that's in the thumbnail, just instructing other riders. Really great environment. I won't go too much into detail. He has a slew of motorcycles. We're talking about a Rocket 3, Street Fighter V4 SP, Superleggera. I mean, it just ranged. His collection is unbelievable. All right, now, not to stick on that too long, but I was welcome to his home and able to kind of enjoy some of the cooler things that have, all the toys, and just really grateful for that opportunity. And he managed to kind of introduce me to a lot of people and kind of network and stuff like that. And one of the cool things that I really enjoyed about the experience, just the camaraderie amongst everybody. Everybody kind of hung out in the garage while people are wrenching and just chatting up. And we're talking about first night here, guys. We're talking about first night, everybody's just kind of like coming through, like wiping their bikes down and going over, basically really overlooking each bike and make sure all bikes looks good. And that was not even a smidge of the people that was going to be there. So I'm assuming these were all locals, people that kind of knew each other, or people that kind of drove in and stuff. So it was completely chaos. But the main day was a BMW event. It was like Superbike Meet for 2022. We ended up going there. I'm gonna tell you, it was absolutely amazing. They had a food truck there, tons of people, guys. It was good 800 bikes were there, tons of people. They had a mobile home, like a trailer setup, right, where they could do how do you call it, not tune. Dang. Give me a second here. It'll come to me, where they would how do you call this, guys? Again, a little brain dead today. So you know when you put it on the dyno tune them. Duh. Oh my God, this is crazy. They would dyno tune the bikes and stuff, and everyone, there was like a huge line. Everyone's pulling up their bikes and stuff like that, you know, getting it dyno. It was crazy. I have some insane clips of the bikes being pulled, and even they had the chart where on a giant screen where people could see it. That stuff was just ridiculous, man. It was something that I've never experienced before, and to be honest, it was a little bit mind blown. But that was just a small part of the story. I don't know if any of you guys ever been to any of these events. If you have, I love how everybody's saying dyno. Randy's reality mentioned dyno. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if any of you guys ever been to any of these events or ever travel around to one of these events. Definitely comment. Let me know if you've had it and what's been your experience. And to be honest, my experience was something very unique. Because what tends to happen when we talk about these big meetups, these roll racing guys, okay? And I'm phrasing it that way because, let's be real, I'm not part of that community as much as I would like to be. It's something that's really cool and very impressive. But these guys are insanely fast. The name of the game is reduce as much weight as possible to get the maximum of speed and drop your bike as low as possible, so it could be grounded when you start your bike up, either from first and second. Well, if you aren't, from what I'm told, if it's stretched, you can start from first gear and on. So meaning if you have an extended swing arm, and it won't wheel, it's going to prevent it from wheeling. And people tied their bikes down, the front end down, strap it down. They're using proper terminology. And outside of that, I know people see these clips very often on social media where we're talking about Instagram or YouTube, and it's like, and then you go through the comment section, it's like a shit show, you know. It's like, oh, you know, a lot of criticisms regarding gear, regarding bikes being extended, bike being strapped down. It's just a lot of opinions, and to be honest, most likely I was probably one of those people at some point giving those kind of comments, but being seeing the culture and really embracing it and understanding, speaking with people, you start getting a better understanding. And you guys might know this name, Ejiro Performance, Evan. He did make some very interesting comments, even to me, which I thought was really cool and something I digested. He was like, who's anybody to tell another person what to do with their own motorcycle that they spent money on? And that's something that everyone should kind of really take in and really think about it before you open your mouth and say anything. So I thought that was a very enlightening thing to say. And yeah, and now it really kind of skewed my perspective a little bit in terms of what people do and the way they ride their bikes. It's an all-out, war, when they're out there riding, and it's a lot of passion. It's not, people just being assholes to one another or just, scrapping or anything like that. It's a lot of disciplined individuals. So it's not just a bunch of people with bum ass bikes doing these things, guys. We're talking about all walks of life. We're talking about maybe a lawyer, a doctor, or a dentist or something like that. A lot of these guys are part of these communities, and they enjoy motorcycles just as much as we do. It might be a little bit different. Their enjoyment they say it's a sport, and I would probably agree with it, man. I mean, I am gonna load some videos. I didn't continuously prep them all the way up to where I could play the clips, but I will show you guys some clips of probably some rolls and other things. But just thinking about it, it's just really nuts. I'm still wearing my riding sneakers, by the way, so you guys don't know. I'm wearing riding sneakers because I haven't changed. It's a whole different world. And one of my favorite memory of this event is, one, I managed to sit down with a vet. His name is Adam. He also goes by the handle Catfish Busa. I'm trying to remember here. It was a pretty witty name, and there is the overall idea of why he named it that way. We actually did a small little documentary that's going to kind of cover the overall concept of roll racing, people getting hurt, and some of the pros and cons of it and stuff like that. So that's going to be something you guys could stay tuned to kind of watch. And since I was a little bit a fish out of water, I kind of figured it'd be a great opportunity, because when you're creating content and you're part of something like that, and I know, respectively, I don't do those things. I'm not going to go over there and pose like, yeah, go this fast and do all that stuff. I took the opportunity to say, hey, man, I think it'll be great to document this and really kind of shed some of their energy into pour it to you guys. Because what I experienced was their passion about motorcycles, about tuning bikes, about making it your own, and riding them to the best of their abilities, right? And not going out there. Oh, 5UP mentioned Boosted Catfish. He's a vet, and we did a small little documentary, which I think you guys will find really, really cool once everything gets in gear and I cut it down. You guys will see it, and I think it'll give you a very good idea and understanding of what this industry is about. Their part of the industry is about, right? So one of the things for me, I think that was super interesting, and I think my biggest takeaway from this entire event is how safe it felt. Often people say, hey, these guys are very, I guess I'm trying to find the right words for this, because I don't like a negative connotation, because again, if you're not part of it, if you don't experience it, you have a perception that could be really, really weird. They're very passionate. Let's just go with that. But their passion doesn't just stem from them getting race gas and tuning their bikes. Really, really dope experience was that once we pulled into the lot to go to the actual space for the event, my buddy 5UP had this whole gathering. 650E was there also. Easy was there as well. Boosted Catfish. There's just a lot of people, guys. I don't know everyone's name, but everyone was there. It was awesome, and everybody was kind of round up all together, right? And if you could see on the thumbnail, it's 5UP kind of somewhat talking, kind of directing and stuff like that. I thought that was a very powerful, impactful moment into those couple of days, and I made that the thumbnail. That's why I did that. They go over the rules, communication, do's and don'ts, and the best part is not a single person broke that. And we're talking about a lot of testosterone in the room. We're talking about a lot of guys. Granted, there were some girls there too, and none of that stuff was broken. And to me, I thought, wow, that was amazing. But the whole bottom line of that was the level of respect that everyone had for 5UP when he stood there and had this conversation, and everyone listened and followed. And to be honest, there was not a single moment. I mean, we're talking about so many powerful 200 plus horsepower motorcycles, you know, running race gas, and people going, you know, triple digit. There was not a single moment that I felt unsafe, that somebody might have rear-ended me or I would have gotten hurt. I've never experienced that before. I've ridden with 4 or 5 guys where to the point where I'm like, oh shit. Where even to the point where I've gotten rear-ended before with like 3 guys. You know what I mean? So, you know, there was clear rules. I mean, granted, nothing is perfect. There were certain things that people did that went great, because I could tell you, I witnessed one thing where towards when we were heading back, there was a car that's trying to go, and then they were flagging for races, and that car had to wait. Looking at it from that perspective, as the driver, I would be kind of annoyed as well, while everybody's kind of doing their rules. But that's just a small little hiccup, and there are other things in the works to kind of fine-tune stuff like this, where it doesn't have to be on a public highway. So that's kind of dope. So people are thinking. They're looking to evolve and make things kosher. You know what I mean? So really, really dope. So as we get there, right after the first day was the first day was the actual event where people are dyno tuning. So I guess everyone was somewhat in preparation for the following day. And that same day, there was like a stunt show. That was really, really dope. I got footage of all that stuff, and most of the footage is all handheld. I didn't bring a gimbal or anything like that because I wanted to travel light. And really, really dope overall. But once we got to the race spot, there were other people there. And it was out of nowhere, really. This is one of the first things that I've realized, that if you're there and you're part of that group and you're racing, safety is a major key. So we're talking about from the initial meeting, then you get to the actual spot where the event's going to happen. They have a second meeting of clarity. We're talking about nobody's ever on the road, because they have a very good understanding of, hey, if you're 2 miles away or if you're a mile away, what does the rider see and what could trigger a reaction that could cause an issue. They even have walkies where someone's at the finish, someone's at the very beginning. You have people in the mid, kind of this stuff. The level of intricacy just to kind of do something like this on such a big scale, and nobody got hurt, nothing crazy happened. You know, I'm mind blown. You know, it's just crazy to me. Cops pulled up, of course. Everybody was respectful. Nobody went a little off the rails or anything like that. So all that stuff was really cool. Doing the passes, I mean, I think I have some clips, but I don't know if I have them on here. I'm going to see if I can kind of quickly pull up some stuff here. Again, these are not going to be completely perfect, guys, because I didn't preemptively prep any other stuff. And usually I do, and I did not this time around, but I managed to cut them because we're talking about each clip is half an hour, so I had to quickly scan and see it here. You know what? Let me just play this for you guys real quick. This is a clip of the veteran that I spoke about. I'm saying that because I don't want to keep on mentioning his name. Well, you know, I'll just go by his handle, Boosted Catfish. So this is a small clip of him and I just running. This was actually my first time doing GP shifting, and stuff like that. We did a couple of rolls. That was the first day. We kind of, I'm a little bit all over the place, guys, because there's a lot to process. There's a lot that happened, and there's just so much to cover. But I just want you guys to know that. Hold on, right before I get to that, let me quickly pull up here. There was a super chat by MR. Hold on a second. There you go. S1RR Mia. Starbucks run. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it, man. Can't do Starbucks, man. Everything that gets contributed to the stream, it goes into, you can see back here with all the equipment, cameras and lighting and stuff. Most of the stuff gets flipped into an investment to kind of really produce something better for you guys, really. So no Starbucks, at least not for now. I'll chill when we're where we need to be. Just gonna roll this clip real quick, which is great that it's here. Let's see. Boom. This is a clip of Boosted Catfish and I just kind of chilling on the first day. We're talking about, we just met, and really just let's see. I'm on a Street Fighter, and he's on the Multistrada Pikes Peak. This bike is absolutely beautiful, guys. I got it in street.
What?
I got it in street, so I don't know. I didn't put it on race.
Hey, you better not edit that out.
Huh?
I said you better not edit that out.
Oh, no. Man. I'm not going to edit it out. So what is he referring to, guys? We did a little road racing, and it was my first time using GP shift and stuff, and he spanked me. He spanked me pretty good, man. Hold on, there you go. We did a little roll racing test and stuff like that, and GP shifting is supposed to be really fast, and he kind of destroyed me on the Pikes Peak. And again, this is just kind of like a precursor to the entire thing. So that was kind of cool, man. I'm not editing out. He was like, you better not take that out when you make your video that I beat you. I'm like, there is no glory in you beating me. I'm not great at this part, you know what I mean? So, but he'll take it where he can, which is really dope. Everyone just kind of, laid back, man. It's not too serious. It's just, just a good time. Everyone's kind of chilling. Back to where we were. I'll roll another clip shortly after that. Yeah, so I told you that's my thought just after watching that, getting my ass handed to me. Let's see here. Lots of comment coming up here. Let me just pull that up real quick. This is not super structured tonight, so we're just kind of reading comments and everything is here. Jock in the Box mentioned I knew Steve was going to say something. What did he say here? You guys. Let's see here. Oh, look at that. We have Futuristic Vipers in the building also, man. What's good, Jock? I follow JSXR owners like you too. Awesome. See, we're building connection. People are meeting each other and kind of following through here. It's really cool. But yeah, so they had that second meeting while we went to the second spot and just pre-prep, and people started doing like some runs and stuff like that, and they're doing little burnouts to kind of warm up their tires. Guys, I'm telling you, with camera, I'm shooting this stuff 24 frames, 4K. When they pass from where we're standing, it's a blur. And I'm not talking about to your eyes, it's a blur. On the camera, it's a blur. I can't wait to kind of really work on some of this footage and kind of put a cohesive little story or talks about how it is to be part of this. It is absolutely bonkers, and the way it sounds, it's like a jet flying through the air or breaking the sound barrier. And literally, I had to go back and put my earplugs in, just kind of as I'm shooting, because that's how loud it was. But yeah, just to go back to one of the things that I was saying that I thought that was extremely amazing, the way they organized, the way, you know, other people didn't buy water. Again, it's out of the middle of nowhere. People pull up with trucks with water for everybody. Even Five Up also had water on his top bag on his Pikes Peak. We're talking about, you know, people have sandwiches or whatever it is. I've seen guys in a pickup truck was like, hey man, do you want something to eat or something like that? It was just very, very much like a giant family. But then when they go to the line to kind of race, it was like, man, it's either you or me kind of thing. So a lot of it was super, super duper cool, man. And it's like, ugh. And I guess the second night after the event, I had to talk to him. I was like, there's no way that I can live up to that, because once I've hit like 150, that's more than enough for me. I don't see anything else happening in that time. But it is an amazing event, man. Just to see people do that, I don't know, man. But from what I'm told, it's something that happens over time. Eventually, you end up getting it. You know, you end up. Ooh, why did I see that? See my source here. All right, perfect. I just want to roll this clip. I was prepping the audio while as I was talking to you guys. I'm just gonna play a clip real quick here. This is me just doing just a little pull with the Street Fighter. So take a quick look. Oh, ow. There you go. This is what happens when you don't really prep ahead of time. Stuff like that goes down. There we go. Much, much better. Okay. Hold on. It wasn't queued right. Oh man, doing these as you're going is really daunting, really. All right. Oh yeah, it's my first time trying GP shift. That's what I kind of titled this. Let's see. Let's get that going. By the way, if you guys have any questions or comments regarding this stuff, I'm more than happy to reply. All right, let's do this. You gotta use both my hands for this.
Detroit Motive Love, baby.
This bike is so nice.
GP shifting. I love it. Oh man. Let's go, people. Let's go.
By the way, most of the roads out there are I guess like 70 miles an hour. I guess once you get on the highway, by the way, I'm not saying that every single road that's 70 miles an hour, but I realized that most people are just driving very close to the speed limit when we're like 80 or 70, because on the highway we're talking about 70 miles an hour. And I just discovered this on my way to the airport and stuff like that. So, oh man, this is crazy. So we're just talking about this, and I'm gonna show you guys this real quick. That's another thing. Might as well kind of show this because this is the perfect time. Usually I would have that queued up as to when I was talking about it, but while we're here, might as well. We're gonna take a quick look at Five Up going over the do's and don'ts and stuff like that, just preemptively talking.
So on the way out there, especially with it being a holiday, with Father's Day, I've already seen a lot of cops, right? So no racing on the way out there. Just the same as any of you guys who've been out here before. No one's gonna be lining up, doing pulls, whatever, okay? Once we get out there, you guys know the situation with the parking. Only, you know, 2 guys pair up, only 2 guys at a time. And we're just gonna take it cool. We're gonna cruise by, you know, 80, 85 miles an hour on the highway, flow with traffic, and we're not pushing it. So we're trying to have a really good, safe time. There's no guarantees on how long we're gonna be able to stay there. So there's already some guys out there testing. I just found out, so hopefully the spot's not hot before we get out there. But you know, the whole plan of this is for everybody to have a really good time in a safe, controlled environment. The road is 100% repaired. Okay, so everybody that knows what happened last year with a whole series of horrible events that could have been prevented. Okay?
I had to stop that. Oh my God, do you guys hear my breathing in that? My adrenaline was so high. I mean, we're talking about every time. You know what? My adrenaline, on every clip, you hear my breathing like this because my adrenaline is pumping so much. We're talking about the minute. The best part is like within every stop. Oh yeah, one of the golden rule. Every stop, you gas up, you fill up. And that's the most expensive gas that I've bought my entire life. I filled up a Street Fighter V4S. It was like $20 to fill that up. It was $7.10 per gallon. So that was funny to actually fill up a bike for $20. I've never done that my entire life. Just seeing everybody pulling out of the gas station and stuff, and then going onto the on-ramp to get onto the highway. Oh my God, dude, this is so crazy. Hearing of, oh shit, I just realized I didn't see any Aprilias. There was no Aprilia presence over there. But anyway, with everyone pulling out from the on-ramp for the highway, and then just everybody quick shifter out. Oh my God. It sounds so fucking cool. And everyone's is like, bah, bah, bah. Everybody's like 120 instantly. It was just like, whew. But super cool. And the sound of it is amazing. And that's why you hear my breathing is like that. Because every spot you're heading, I mean, outside of when we're traveling around, a local home, street or something like that, everyone, and that's the cool thing. Everybody knows when to kind of do something like this and when not to. I didn't see a single person actually sped through like a home area where there's homes and there's driveway. Everyone was just like posted up, just cruising until they got to. And again, great communication. And what's cool about that also is, mind you guys, everybody, not everybody, a large portion of people that participated in this event had seen us connected to their helmet, but nobody was connected with one another. It was just clear communication before. A lot of hand signaling. It's like, oh, by the way, a lot of old school signaling gestures. Everybody knows like the traditional signals and stuff, and it gets communicated really well down the line. We're talking about 100 bikes or whatever plus or more than that. They're turning right, they do the signal, and you could see a sea of people just dropping down. You know what I mean? Whether turn signal, everyone still use their turn signals, but the visual cue that you see, just a sea going down, if you look back and it's all happening, it is completely in sync. I mean, I'm telling you, man, I know a lot of people look at these guys like big vagabonds. They're just like destructive on the highway, like menaces. This is crazy. It's something to be seen and experienced for you to have your own opinion about it and really go into it with an open mind and stuff like that. So that's a really, really a dope thing. Actually, you know what? Let me pull up that gas station. No, I did that one again. Oh, I want to show you guys this little sweet wheelie though. That's just like really cool. Yeah, it's something to be seen, man. So I'm just thinking what else in this experience that was really cool. Oh, there's ton more. Okay, you know what? Let's do a little intermission. I'm gonna show you this wheelie, and then I'll kind of cover something else. So a few more things that I thought that was cool. By the way, if you guys have questions, you have comments and stuff, that would definitely help the conversation, because that way I don't have to think of everything. I'll be able to answer stuff. So heads up if you want to ask something. But I'm going to show you the sweet wheelie, and then we'll talk about some of the cool motorcycles that I rode while I was there. Actually, not some of the cool, like the coolest motorcycle ever that I rode while I was there. So let's take a quick look at this really dope wheelie.
That was cool.
Oh man, I was like a kid right there.
That was so awesome. Wow.
Oh man, there's nothing like seeing a wheelie, man. It's just it's so good. And I'm assuming the feeling is even better doing it yourself. It's so good, man. He didn't even do it just for the camera. He was just, and the funny thing is, this guy, I don't know his name, but he was very cool. I actually met him on our way back after the meet. We kind of cruised together because, of course, I kind of hang back because it's not really my thing. Like, you know, I don't want to get in anyone's way, so we kind of hang back a little bit. And when we pull up at a stop sign, he was like, yeah, usually I just hang back and stuff, you know, and stuff get a little bit crazy. But the funny thing is, you never really see anything that was completely chaotic, that was out of control. It was all structured. But I guess just to be safest, or if you don't want to, you know, partake in it, well, because a lot of people do show up just to hang out with people or see people that they saw on Florida, or saw somebody that they saw on Instagram, or that they thought their bike was fast, so they came to show if they are fast. They raced that person or something. So, and he did a couple of wheelies. After he did the first one, I was like, that's so cool. And he did a couple of more, which was really dope. And I think those were just for me because I was geeking out super hard on it. And that was cool, man. That was so unbelievable. By the way, I'm going to apologize now. Because it is nearly impossible to shoot any kind of content on a motorcycle in Detroit, I guess in the area we were, not downtown Detroit or something like that, without completely getting your helmet, your camera disgustingly covered in bugs. I was wiping it so often. All of my clips have like a little bug somewhere, like a little blur. My helmet was just, you've seen those photos online where your helmet's like covered with bugs. We're talking about you take off maybe within a mile, it's wild. It is ridiculous. All of my footage have a little bug somewhere. It was just the nature of the beast. So if you end up watching some of these videos, you see anything, you know, that's kind of annoying. Like, so for example, when I rode the Superleggera, there was a bug splatter on there, and I was like, fuck! I was on the plane, and I was reviewing footage and stuff, and starting to like keyword stuff and pre-prepping for working. I'm like, God damn it! No matter what, I wiped it before leaving, and I specifically swapped my lens and made sure it was clean. Dude, I watched the footage. There's bugs, the bug splatter, you know, on the lens. But really, really cool thing. So, coolest bike I've ridden there. Super, like, actually, you know what, before I do that, let me take a quick look at comments to see if anybody did ask anything here. If anybody had any mentions. Let's see here. Yo, that's hilarious. My boy, that guy Kel says, breathing like Darth Vader. Look, I'm your father. Yo, the adrenaline was ridiculous, man. It was so much. I felt, and that funny, the weird thing is that feeling, that adrenaline, it was pretty much from the minute we left for the event all the way till I got back. I was so pumped. I ate or whatever, and I sat down. I fell asleep immediately because there was just so much energy going. It was just pretty much all of my videos. I'm breathing heavily like a damn maniac. So sorry to everyone that's gonna watch these stuff down the line. There is a lot of breathing. So of course the breathing, that heavy breathing sounds like you was trapped somewhere tight, like a coffin. Yo, it was crazy, man. It was. I'm telling you, you'd be breathing really heavy too, man, if you were there. I'm just telling you now, it was nuts. By the way, nobody got left behind. Everybody stayed in a group. It's just crazy. I never felt like I had to rush or get in a weird situation because I'm trying to catch up and stuff like that. The way the communication, again, I keep going back to that. I guess maybe I'm becoming an old fart or something like that, an old man. I'm so impressed with that aspect. Not the crazy stuff, but I'm like, oh my God, this was amazing on how great everyone was and how organized and how respectful everybody was. There was nothing, remotely like obnoxious or no ego. That was one of the biggest things. Very little. I mean, you'd see people smack talk and stuff, but your typical banter you'd have. You know what I mean? That was just nothing like That's really messed up. Let's see here. Jock in the Box mentioned here. So you're going to get a street bike now? A street bike now? Yeah, I have plenty of street bikes. Now I am getting a super bike though, so that's something that's coming. I don't know if that's what you're referring to. Let's see what we got here. S1000R. Yeah. Have you made a decision on the next add-on to your stable? You're enjoying that Cowie. Yeah, I really like the Cowie, man. It was really, really nice. But I guess at some point you guys will see which bike gets delivered. I hate to do that to people. That's so... Whenever people do that on YouTube, I'm like, man, this goddamn asshole. But I'll let you guys know. But I'm kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place, to be honest. And I'll explain that later. Just because of the bikes that I already have here in the house and the brand and stuff. So it's a little tricky. So it's nothing with anything else. It's just the brand. So it's a little... And I guess maybe a business decision and stuff. So that's to kind of touch that lightly. Let's see what we got here. Randy's reality. I felt the same about the bugs also. Also, how did you feel about some of the roads? One of the road that I really like when we were going, if anybody's watching that knew where we went for the actual race, you could probably just write it on there. That'd be awesome. I don't know the names. Let's see here. No, not yet. No, not yet. Counted yet. So, I'd say 10 to 15 minutes to where we got to the actual race spot. By the way, guys, the race spot, just like Steve mentioned, it's newly paved. There's no way, it's like fields on the side, and you can go 260 miles, man, if your bike will do it. And it's clean. The other thing too is that another gentleman bought a leaf blower. Again, the precision and the thought that goes behind safety is profound, man. Seriously. They had a leaf blower just to kind of make sure the road is clean. If it needed to be dusted off or cleared off of debris or anything weird, there's a big blower there so they could clean it. Again, all of these things just says so much, man. So much about these guys' personality, character, and safety of others. This is even the people that were working on this, even though they weren't racing themselves, they took it upon themselves to make sure that, you know. I remember, how do you call it? Evan kind of showed me a clip of one guy that was going to cross the road. He was like, don't you dare cross the road and right across the street. If you're already parked in your position to watch the races, you park there. You know, unless it's been communicated via walkie to the front, the back, that there's no, the minute bike starts rolling, there is certain things that are not allowed. You can't get close with your phone to the road to tape it. You know, they're taking spectators' safety in mind as well. So it's not just the riders. So even people that are watching, you know how you watch those crazy Mustang videos, the guy plows into the fucking, you know, spectators. They even make sure that even people that are watching are safe as well. So really, really dope. Let's see what else here. I saw a couple of more comments here. Oh yeah, Jack in the Box mentioned Superbike. Yeah. Yeah, I don't like to kind of leave people cliff hanging, man. I'm really looking at that V4S. You know, the newest one. I like that bike a lot, and also I already have Ducati. It's kind of like a perfect fit, really. I do like the BMW S1000R and the Aprilia. Aprilia, the problem with them is there is no dealership support in New York, so I can't buy this bike. I'd have to work on it myself all the time, and you guys know I don't mind, but when the weather's nice, I'm not doing that. Let me see. The BMW is really dope. I really like it, but I get so many people saying that there is completely dead spot in the bike when you get it, and I just want something that's great right away. So, and also I think it's gonna be a good business decision to just have all Ducati. That's more a thing for, you know, YouTubing and stuff like that. I'm already in the boat. So, let's see what we got here. V4SP. That V4SP is really nice, dude. There was a V4SP called, I think it's called Vader 2.0. When that bike gets turned on and rolled over, man, oh my god, it was so loud to the point that it was blistering. I mentioned to 5UP that this bike was uncomfortably loud, and I am not one to kind of say that I bought a motorcycle sounding really good, and it was just not pleasant. Two of the best sounding motorcycles that was at the event, or pretty much there that day, I hope nobody takes this into offense, was 5UP's Panigale, 5UP's Superleggera. When that thing fires up, oh my god, it is crazy. And 650 Eve's V4R. Those two motorcycles sound so incredible. When they fired up, I mean, I was just saying this to them on my way to the airport. When those bikes get fired up, it's like an explosion. And when they're just quick shifting from the oncoming ramp, oh my god, dude. Oh my god. So fucking good. I can't explain this. You need to find somebody who has one of those bikes, have that set up or whatever it is, and hear it fired up. I mean, from us going to the gas station, everybody cut it off and then get that silent, everybody talk, and then you hear the roar of the dragon just go. Oh my god, dude. You go into the on-ramp to just go into the triples. Mind-blowing experience. Just, you don't have to race, you don't have to do anything. Just, it sounds so good, man. So good. I think, I don't know, man. They got the Aprilia in their sight in terms of sound, man. That thing sounds good. It sounds really, really good. So, as I was saying, I rode the Street Fighter V4 SP, of course. Same thing as my bike. And I kind of made that my main bike only because I'm already accustomed to the bike and I'm used to it. And just so you guys know, I nearly sodomized myself with that motorcycle because once you get to like 170 or something like that, that little hump in the back, you're just gonna go right in your butthole, man. Jesus Christ, you just like going light speed is just wild, crazy. It is crazy. So really, really fast. So that bike was really dope. Also, it was my first time trying GP shifting. I think tomorrow I'm probably gonna swap my Street Fighter to GP shifting. I really like it. I just love coming from a sweeper turn or something like that, like going to a really deep sweeper, and then as you exiting, you're throttling out, and then you shifting down. Oh, it feels good. It feels right. In the beginning, it doesn't. It feels counterintuitive to what you know and love, or what you know and like experience all the time, but it just feels really natural, and it's definitely faster. Like your reaction time, it's faster. Where it takes me back a little bit is when you're coming at a stop. When you're coming at a stop sign and you completely stop to go to, and then you're going again to go to first gear. It's a little annoying. Like you got to go deep under and then push up to go to first gear, right? But I've realized something. If your bike is tailored to yourself. So, for example, one of the main things you do when you buy a motorcycle, you adjust your levers, right? You adjust the rear brake lever, and you adjust the shifter lever. So, ideally, at least for me, from what I read from the overall experience, fix it to GP shifting, and then adjust the lever so where my feet could quickly go underneath to go up. Okay, so, and then like that. So, I'm just gonna have to adjust the shift lever a little bit higher so I can go under easier at a stop sign, because your foot's here, you go, see what I'm saying? So I'm gonna have to adjust the lever to make it just a tad bit higher. Again, there's not like a golden rule, so matter up to you what works best. What do you feel that's gonna give you the best feel? And that's what I walked away from. I was like, okay, I'm gonna do the GB shift. And by the way, I do have a little sponsorship with Brent Tuning. I will be doing an up map on the Street Fighter, so it's gonna be a lot faster, not tamed. So that's really cool. So you guys can stick around for that. Really, really excited. So, but yeah, definitely the GP shifting. I think after the first day of riding it, I did do a couple of mischief where when I went up to first gear, thinking that I'm going to second. But I noticed one thing that I liked also, when you're coming to a stop, going down to neutral, on a Ducati, for some reason, that's the easiest I've found neutral. Isn't that weird? That's the easiest I've found neutral. You just like tap, boop, as you're rolling to the stop. And went to neutral. I've never missed neutral. So that was kind of strange. So I'm like, at first I was like, I don't know how I feel about it. And then second day, when I was going, you know, a little harder with everybody else, I'm like, wow, that's the only way you're going to keep up with these guys. If you're not, because I think most people were running GP shifting. If I were to guess percentage, maybe 90. So I'm definitely going to do that. Let's see, what are we doing here? Oh my God. Life with Abby said 170. Yeah, that's probably the fastest I've gone, to be honest. I don't think I'm going to go that fast anymore. I don't know if that's for me per se. It's just a lot. You heard my breathing, guys. Come on. Fucking heart rate was through the roof, okay? After that, I rode the Pikes Peak. Surprisingly, the Ducati Multistrada Pikes Peak is a crowd favorite. The bike is really big. It's really tall. And I didn't expect that I was going to fit it. I actually fit on the Pikes Peak better than the Hypermotard. The Hypermotard is still taller than that. The bike has a very captain's feel when you're on it. You know, the presence of the dash, you know, how buff it is. The bike feels really good, and it's super sporty, and it has very unique characteristic. I did a small little review on it, like something really short. I've always said this: if I ever get the opportunity where I get sponsored by Ducati, well, actually, I hope it will happen. It will happen. Okay. I'd like to take a Ducati Diavel from New York to California. No, sir. It would be the Multistrada Pikes Peak. That bike was amazing. Amazing. The easiest way to describe this bike, it's a Ducati hidden in an inline 4 feel. I don't know if it's because they have valve springs on there or whatever it may be, but the bike is so smooth. So smooth. Not completely smooth like the ZX-10R, where it's like it's fast and smooth, and I felt like it was a little soulless a little bit. Not soulless, but it was just like it was its only purpose was to go fast and wind it up and just really crank the revs, right? The Pikes Peak had personality, like it had a little bit of grunt, it has a little pep, but the power delivery is very linear, very, very linear, but it's really fast. One of the best bike I've ridden. Up there, I guess the Street Triple I really like also. The Pikes Peak definitely is part of that group. Super enjoyable bike. It's not as intimidating because it looks really big. It's really buff. It wasn't too heavy as I thought it was going to be. It was really fun. And a lot of people that tried this bike said the very same thing. So I think it's an underrated bike because the GS has a lot of clout. BMW is known for that, you know. I think if Ducati makes its way, and plus the valve adjustments and stuff are ways down the line. So if they make their way and start building that clout, I think they could probably really make a dent in that market and really get their feet wet. So that was great. The other thing is I rode the what else? I didn't ride the Busa because I wasn't like a big fan of the Hayabusa. It's just like not my thing, you know what I mean? And I'm told that this bike's amazing. It's really fun. It's really fast, and it's, you know, you can get some nice sweepers with it. I'm just not attracted to that bike. You know what I mean? It doesn't make me feel a certain way when I see it. You know, it doesn't remind me of something that I like when I saw. So I didn't ride that. But then what else? Rode the Superleggera. That was an experience in itself. This bike is beautiful. It's fast. It's light. It's like riding a 300 with superpowers. The bike is so light. You sit on it, you can just wiggle it. The bike is super, super light, but then you're talking about the bike is worth $120,000, you know, 120, 130, whatever it is by the time you get it out the dealer. And I was not nervous riding the bike. I think most people tend to get very nervous if they're riding a bike that costs that much money. I treated the bike as if it was any other bike, you know. But it was really fun. I didn't go too fast with it. I think it was like, I did probably like 140, 130 with it when the road cleared up. But it's an amazing piece of machine. It's an experience that anybody, if you get an opportunity to do it, I would definitely say yes. And in speaking about that, one thing that's kind of strange to me, a lot of these guys have these amazing motorcycles, really fast bikes. Because you guys know I usually mount my second point of view, or my third point of view on frame slider. Frame sliders don't exist with this group of people, guys. There's no frame sliders. There's no rear axle sliders or fork sliders, you know. And it's not that they're not safe or they don't want to protect their bikes. The name of the game is to be light, okay? I've sat on a 1,000cc motorcycle and it's so light, it's like 300 pounds, 350 pounds. These guys strip down these motorcycles down to nothing, you know? Starters are gone. Anything that's not a complete necessity is gone. They remove one of the rotors in the front. One of the rotors and stuff like that. So it's only one front brake. Some people remove their rear brake completely. And again, do not take this in with a negative connotation, guys. These are dedicated bikes just for road racing. You know, they're not rolling down the street like on a regular day, just, you know, no rear brakes or anything like that. So just keep that in mind, like, you know what I mean? What else? Anything that's not completely a necessity, it's removed from the bike. That way, it's super light and it could just go fast. And then their weight matters, your personal weight matters. So let's see if we got anything else here. There was a couple of more comments that are coming up. Let's see here. I have futuristic Viper. GP shifting is only faster because your foot is on top of the lever to push down. Yeah, it is definitely faster. It's more natural. Hence why MotoGP riders use GP shifting. But I don't need to do that in any of my other bikes. It's pretty much fine, regular riding and stuff. But for the Street Fighter and stuff, which is a contender on the road, when we're talking about riding with the super bikes and stuff. So I'm definitely going to swap it tomorrow. I'm probably going to dial in. I'm going to probably do the up map for the Street Fighter and do the GP shifting and stuff like that. Let's see what else we got here. We have Willmatic 84. What's good, man? It's been a bit. Glad you guys are tuning in. By the way, if you guys are watching the stream, definitely hit the thumbs up. Definitely helps. I didn't mention that a little bit earlier. Let's see what we got here. S1000R me, I mentioned at 170. I don't think frame sliders would help. Yeah. I don't think anything helps, by the way. And another thing that we can cover too here, guys. I know when you see these roll racings on Instagram and YouTube, these guys are not wearing jackets and stuff like that. And again, I kind of started off the conversation when I said you can't tell people what to do with their money when they buy their bikes, the way they could style it. Same thing too. You can't tell people what they should and shouldn't do. These guys take this really, really seriously. Granted, I would never, ever ride one of these bikes at this level, you know, doing 170 miles without a jacket and gloves and, you know, boots and stuff, or jeans and stuff like that, whatever it is that you wear. But some people, winning is so important to them. Even it might not appear like it's a lot, but wearing those things adds a little bit more weight. Hence why you see that happens. And, you know, this is not to kind of tell people what to do. That's not what we do here. But your safety's in your own hands. It's your choice, you know. But the reason, just to be clear, the reason why it's done is really to reduce weight. All right, just so we know. Again, these are all things that's new to me that I'm learning as well. So let's see what else we got here. We have Governor D. Nice mentioning here. Do the racers actually ride the bike? They're racing to the event, or it's always trailered? Yeah, that's a great question. If somebody's local, actually, everybody seems to have like a pickup truck. Okay, if they're local, they trailer their bikes. Some people do ride their bikes to the event, but these events are so big or so known, people are coming out of anywhere. Like I came out of New York, people came out of Georgia, people came from Florida, people come out of Texas, you know. So it's a lot of these bikes are trailered when they get there, but then when they get to the city, you know, that's everybody, you know, offload their trailers and they ride their bikes throughout that town. So, but yeah, let's see here. Glad to see you made it to Detroit, man. It was good times. Good. Yeah, man. Detroit was amazing. Just the people itself was just amazing. By the way, I actually had my my first Fast and the Furious moment. Okay, it was a motorcycle Fast and the Furious moment when everybody's just like after the busy day of just riding hard, you know, having burgers and everyone's just talking shit. You know, it's total movie moment in my head. It's like everybody's just joking and stuff and cleaning their bikes off. And the funny thing is, none of these people are related. None of them are extended families. We're talking about people that know each other from either social media or met through racing. It's just crazy. Really cool. Let's see what else we got here. Jock in the Box mentioned here, Mike Dunn went to Detroit and got tuned out. Turned out, yeah. Those bikes are fast, man. I saw so many races and they were so close. It's, I don't know, at this point, you know, everybody's a winner in my book, because if you can go that fast and not die, just like the shirt says, go fast, don't die. That shirt is just the literal interpretation of what they were doing. So, there's one thing that I missed that I didn't completely answer. Part of the road that I liked, 15 minutes before getting to where we rode, where they actually had the races, there's a lot of sweepers there, and I felt like I would have really enjoyed that if I rode that road first. I mean, granted, I probably did like around 70, 75 I was riding that road. But I could see myself going way harder because I like sweepers and stuff like that and doing S's and twisties and stuff. That's probably where I shine probably better. But there was like a nice little, you know, trees on both sides, beautiful. You could see the sky, and then it's just like sweeping, getting to the area is really dope. And then we all kind of rail through like a small town. You could see like farmhouses, and then just all the bikes are roaring down. So it's like cool. So cool. All of it was just like a movie, man. It was really cool. Miss the meetups. Yeah, man. Maybe I'll do some. That's Will Maddock. I used to do meetups out here in New York. Most likely, we'll make some. We'll figure something out and make something happen. I feel like I'm getting a lot. I'll backtrack to that. I feel like I'm just getting re-energized, coming back to the game. So we'll probably make something happen. So frame sliders won't help, the engine covers can. Yeah, so, you know, yeah, at these speeds, I don't think any of these protections going to help. The only thing that's going to help you is really your gear. Really, that's the main thing, really. Let's see here. I'm just going to pull this off real quick. Let's see what else. That was cool. By the way, I met so many. I guess I'm just kind of like a sore thumb a little bit at some of these events, because since I guess I don't completely fit in. You know, networking with everybody, chatting, definitely cool. But in terms of the riding, that's not really my league. I have my equipment. I'm filming stuff, and people bumped into me. It's like, hey, I know you. I get a lot of that, so that's kind of funny. I met this other gentleman that was getting his bike dynoed. He was like, you know, I bought a Street Fighter because of your channel. I saw you did some videos on Street Fighter, and I had to buy that bike after I saw your stuff. So that was kind of cool. These little moments. I mean, it wasn't like a bunch of people, not every single person there, but a good 20 people was just like, hey, I know you. So funny thing is, I always tell people, try to, you know, be social when you're over there. I was shooting like MV Augusta while I was there, and the owner of the company was there, and he was like, at first I guess he somewhat knew who I was. I guess that happens a lot. People see you, and I guess they probably interpret that you might be a little weird since you're a YouTube guy or whatever. They look first. They just kind of eye you all the time. They'll keep looking and looking, And the guy was like, hey, you know, I know you. And I'm like, I don't know. So it was just kind of awkward, and I just kept on filming and stuff. He was like, you're the YouTube guy, right? Oh, you do stuff on YouTube. I've seen you and stuff like that. Oh, I'm the owner of which company is that? He does like billet aluminum and sprint filters and stuff like that. And he was like, I want to get with you to work and stuff like that. So again, these are great opportunities that comes about and stuff like that. And funny thing is, before I even landed back to New York, he was already messaging me about like projects and stuff, like, you know. So really, really dope just seeing stuff like that can happen. This is not like a flex or anything. Just kind of give you a general idea the opportunities that can appear. You know, it doesn't happen all the time, but we're talking about meeting people is always fun. Also, you do get an opportunity to network if you do business as well. So, people are saying for me I should do like a meetup in New York. Yeah, so meetups are great, man. They just require a lot of time, a lot of effort, and in a lot of cases, the people that are putting these things together do not get to have fun because you're so busy doing all of the work that it's very difficult. For me personally, if I'm doing something like that, I would need to have like a team, because before I would take on a project like this all on my own and just kind of do it. And enough is enough of that stuff, and I want to delegate stuff with people and really maximize what I know best, and then find other people that's very talented, either doing a perfect route, safety, or someone that knows in touch with the police that can make sure that, you know, everything will be okay, and just really delegating everything, making sure that things are safe and okay. So that takes a little bit, and on the outside it just looks like a nice little meetup. It's all fun and games. So yeah, definitely something that I'm going to consider, that I think I am definitely going to do in the future, man. But so far, so good. It's just been so great. By the way, man, just to kind of say, it's a big, I want to say a big thank you to all the people that was there. Everybody, I don't want to say specific names, because what's going to happen is some people are going to say I didn't say their name. But just want to say thank you to every single person that gave me a warm welcome and just shook my hand, gave me a hug, and say what's up, and say they saw me on this thing or on the stream. Funny thing is, most of the people now recognizing me from the stream instead of my moto vlogs. So it's either some of the work that I will do on the bike or some of the stream. So, and just want to say thank you to everybody also, man. So it was really, really dope. What else? What am I missing? I'm trying to see if I'm missing anything here. Again, people that open up their garages to me, man, telling me, hey, man, pick whatever bike you want to ride. You know, that's something that's amazing, because you're talking about people with $100,000 motorcycle, $30,000. That's not to say that other bikes that are less are not as important. I'm just saying, having that opportunity, thanks to me doing YouTube, because, you know, people recognize me, people know me, and they feel very comfortable saying, hey, man, here's my S1000. Like, for example, I saw a dude in Nashville. He busted my chops when he saw me in Detroit, saying, hey, you know, you didn't ride my bike and stuff like that, and I told you should take it. So stuff like that, it was really, really cool, and super grateful for just people just extending that courtesy to me. It's like, oh, you want to go to other meetups? Don't worry about bikes. You know, you DM me. I'll make sure I'll either bring something for you, or you'll have a bike there. Just come through or whatever. Just basically, people would just be happy just to see me there and stuff. So that's really, really dope. The other thing that was another great point about this entire thing, I made this a huge learning opportunity. So some of the mistakes that I made while I was in Nashville, they weren't repeated. For example, the minute we're going to go to the event, I pre-prepped preemptively. Granted, I wasn't as fast as I wanted to be. I had my cameras, all that stuff set up before going, so I was a little bit faster. I got all the addresses, basically where I stayed. I got that address, where we're going, the event's address. I had everything into my phone, into favorites, in case anything were to go down. And I was reassured that nothing would happen where I would get lost or left or anything like that. But I still took that precaution. And I had all the information. And it gave me a lot of confidence knowing that, hey, man, if something goes down, it's not my town. I don't know where anything is. I could find my way back, or at least find everybody. So that was great. A good learning experience, at least for this one. What else came up? I got a lot of riding tips from people that are more experienced than me, that's been racing really hardcore like that. Even telling me about me shifting too early and stuff like that, or at least to get them. Again, these things are not super crucial to somebody that just enjoys themselves, but if you're looking to be, King Fast Boy, or you really want to be on point, it's an art to it. This is not for me to say that I don't know how to ride or they know how to ride better. It's just to kind of show you the extent of it goes when you see these guys going that fast. It's just not normal riding. It definitely takes a lot of talent, a lot of skill, and a lot of balls. So don't see this and say, oh yeah, I can go fast. People that says you just twist the throttle. That is not the case at all. I can tell you that right now. You do that, you're going to loop your bike. You're going to get yourself really hurt. It requires a lot of skill, a lot of time for you to get really good at it. And these guys are super passionate. They learn their motorcycle in and out, every single thing. Power band, where it tops off, how to tweak it. Again, everybody has laptops. They do a run, they pull over to the side and remap their bike. This is just, dude, I'm telling you, this whole thing is really amazing. And it's just not what you think from what you see from people. And you have a lot of really brilliant people that are really smart about motorcycles, not just mechanically. We're talking about, mapping and adjustment on the fly. A lot of talent out there, man. You'd be surprised who you'd bump into. So really, really cool. And the funny thing is, these guys are like, hey man, you're this guy. And I'm like, I'm standing there watching them do what they do, mind blowing. I'm impressed. And they're, I shoot videos and stuff, which is fine. This is not to downgrade anything. I'm just saying that what they're doing is extremely next level to me, you know what I mean? So really, really cool. What else? Yeah, so they learn pretty much all the bikes. So people were just kind of tipping me like, hey, because right after I was like showing people like my YouTube clips and stuff, it was like, yeah, you see, you short shift there, man. You have way more RPM you can climb above. And I'm like, dude, on a Street Fighter, for example, I never opened the Street Fighter 100%. There was so much more. It was just going up, going up, going up, going up. And the bike was not slowing down. When you ride a bike, it plateaus. There was no plateauing, okay? The bike was just going up, going up, going up, going up, going up. It was just like, it's like playing chicken, okay? Who's going to give first, the bike or you? Because it just doesn't stop, right? By the time the bike gets, you climbing up, it flashes. I short shift, I go next one. But it flashes 14,000 RPM. You go to the next fucking gear, it's just going. It's still going. At this point, you're about to break the freaking sound barrier. It's like, it's wild, man. It is something, and it takes a lot of skill and a lot of gall to actually do it. For me, I think there's something in the back of my mind like, hey, what's up? What are you doing? So, really, really dope, man. Shout out to all those people that can do that, and I have a lot of respect for you guys after chatting with everybody. Let's see here. Let's see what we got. I don't know if I'm going to let the night run it too much long. If you guys want to definitely ask questions and stuff. And again, my apologies for tonight for all this mess there. Just all my equipment. When I'm leaving on a trip like this, I kind of strip down some stuff and grab my best favorite gear. Oh, one cool thing. In that event, I bought some gloves. I walked past a Ducati booth, and there were these black and red gloves, man. There were 2 iterations. This has never happened to me before. I never really buy things. How do you call them? Impulse buy things. I usually know exactly what I want, and I plan and stuff like that. I know what I'm getting. But when I walked past the booth and I saw those gloves, it just struck me so badly. I'm like, take my card right away. Just ring it out instantly. It's a really cool glove, and I'm not a big fan of like brand gloves, but this glove looked like it's a collaboration between Ducati and Alpine Stars, and I'll probably do a little review on it. It does have a Ducati logo here, which I feel like it's fanboyish a little bit, but the glove is so cool. It's completely black with red trims on it. I'll just kind of explain it really. I was supposed to bring it out here in the garage as I did the stream, but I didn't. I should have totally brought it. It's blacked. You have a little bit of red here on your hand, but your entire side has a big like protection patch. It says Ducati, like embossed though, not like obnoxiously loud. Embossed down Ducati, and it's like a big red leather patch bleeding into the black. I'm like, oh my god, this is so dope. Instantly I gave my girl, I'm like, okay, ring this out right now. So really cool. Also it's gonna serve more as a memorabilia, because for example GP, I got like a Ducati hoodie and stuff, and Nashville, what I get, I know I got something in Nashville too, and then this one I got the glove. So pretty much each one of those things I'll probably end up grabbing something just kind of cool. Hopefully I don't beat up the glove too bad and stuff. I don't want to hide this glove or save it. I want to actually use it. Oh, in Texas, I got my helmet signed and stuff like that. That was kind of cool, which I don't use anymore. You can see I'm using a different helmet. I kind of took that helmet out of commission because it's signed. So that was a pretty cool experience also. Let's see what else we have here we want to cover. Wow, I never realized how crazy the garage looked while when it's not tidied and ready for a stream. But again, guys, I didn't want to leave anybody hanging, and I didn't want to miss a week also of doing the stream, so I had to kind of do it, and I kind of figured it'd be a great opportunity to recap, man. And again, I appreciate everybody that tunes in, that watch this stuff, and that shows love and support, and do super chats and stuff, all that stuff. Again, everything else that we do here, like, you know, reviews, getting gear and stuff like that, and all those things go to that, lighting and equipment and stuff, so I appreciate that as well. I guess what's next on the chopping block? Lots of videos, really. I have videos from Texas, videos from Nashville, which slowly starting to leak out. I'm doing like 2 videos a week, shorts every day, and then the stream once a week. And if you guys don't mind, share the videos and always comment and thumbs up. That's the only thing that's going to help really reinvigorate the channel, which is happening. So really, really great to see that. What else? More motorcycles coming, actually, in the garage, really. Yeah, that is it, boys and girls. That's just to kind of wrap it up in a nutshell, but there was a lot more that went down, a lot more things. I got some amazing drone footage of the event. The stunt show in itself, I'm probably going to do a separate video just for the stunt show, because I thought it was that dope and that fun, and it was just like the way the stunt was so well coordinated. The announcer was really cool, and the way they tie in the BMW plugs, you know, in regards to the stunt rider riding a BMW, and he did it on the S1000RR. He did it on a smaller bike also. A lot of this stuff is brilliant, and there's so many brilliant people that is part of this industry that knows a lot. All this stuff is really, really cool, man. Oh, also, I did meet a couple of people that's gonna be in the stream to kind of talk. So I'm gonna bring a specialist, EJR Performance. He's a master of stripping down weight off motorcycles and tuning them to get the most out of power and performance. By the way, Governor D Nice, have a good night, brother. Thank you for tuning in, man. I appreciate it. He's a master of tuning and making the bike lightweight, and a real intellect when it comes to that stuff, guys. And I think he's going to be an interesting person to have a conversation with. Also, there's a young lady that we met over there as well. She want to be on the show as well, so that's going to happen at some point. I think I'm going to bring a pro roll racer guy that's going to talk about some of this stuff a little bit more in depth and a little bit more knowledgeable than I am. I think it's going to be great to kind of see that. And again, this is a platform where we talk about anything and everything regarding motorcycles. Again, like I said to you guys, whether you're an artist, racing, motovlogging, content creation, or you're looking for brand deals, or working with companies, we cover everything. It's not just a linear thing. You know, it's very dynamic. I want to kind of explore. I want to explore people's adventures. You know, because what we do about motorcycle love, what we enjoy about this aspect of motorcycling goes so far, you know what I mean? Some people just enjoy riding up with friends and family. Some people just cruise. So it's not about the speed all the time or how expensive your bike is. It's just an experience. So, let's see here. 5up just mentioned a comment here. It's kind of hard to make it out. Let's see if I can pull it up here. New Jersey Viper. Oops. Chris Teach, McNeil stunt guy. Oh yeah, that's the Chris McNeil stunt guy. Yo, he was so cool, man. His stunts were just really, really cool. It's kind of hard to put in words, but I got some drone footage of his stunt work, and also another proud moment for me. I felt like that was one of my best handheld film. Shooting something like that, very dynamic, on the go. I was modulating the focal point, the zoom aspect, and motion. So all of that was all into one, and I managed to capture it really, really well. And again, this stuff takes a lot of practice. I mean, to some people, it doesn't seem like it's a lot, but during my off time, well, if you want to call it off time, if I'm not, doing videos, or if I'm not recording a stream or something like that, I practice being steady. I practice motion. I know these are kind of like geeking out stuff, but just to kind of get it. And I felt like I really captured him really, really well in terms of his stunt work and the ride and the movement, because we had a whole parking lot where he was doing it. I was really, really steady and just kind of really just whipping it and just capturing all. It's gonna be really dope. I'll definitely do a small video of just that event itself. Hopefully I can get him to be tag on it, or maybe even have him on the show. So we'll start by actually chopping that tree down by it and do the video. Maybe that could entice him seeing the video, the content, and then maybe have him on. That'd be great conversation as well. So really good stuff. If you guys have any questions, anything you want to throw up, you can now. I know it's not a huge turnout tonight, but I'm grateful for whoever's here. I appreciate it. And I know some people are going to watch this a little bit later, so thank you. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up. If not, we're going to wrap it up. I'm going to go and enjoy seeing my wife again after several days of just motorcycling. I miss her, and I know she missed me, and my dog missed me. And we're going to sit down and have coffee and chill, and while I start organizing some of these files, guys. Thank you, everybody. Thank you to everybody that welcomed me again with open arms. I know I said it again. I want everybody to understand that I truly appreciate, just being part of this and really just hanging out with everybody. So thank you. We'll just wrap that up on that note. And again, sorry for that mess, man. Anyway, if you tuned in to the Freestyle Sunday live stream, make sure you hit that thumbs up, leave a comment down below. If you want me to reply to you even after the stream, I can, but the live chat is there as well. You could always reread that transcript. I'll catch you guys all on the flip side, and I'll see you on the next motorcycle trip, which I love doing. Peace.